Good morning, Twin Flame, Twin Soul, Soulmates, Fated Connections. This is Brainy Twin Gemini for February 29th, 2020. First and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs. It really warms my heart, and I love you all so, so much. As many of you know, I'm a messenger, I'm a guide on this journey, and every single day I'm given signs and sayings, and I believe these signs and sayings are messages that I need to deliver to you. So much has happened in the last 24 to 48 hours, specifically this morning. Like I said, I get these messages, I get these words, I get this wisdom, and it all primarily stems from here and in my journal. I usually just flip the cards. Here's my journal here. I usually just flip the cards strictly out of pictorial entertainment purposes, primarily for myself, because I can't believe how the cards always resonate with my journal. I'm going to take out some key points out of my journal. There was a lot that I wrote down, a lot that happened. So I'm just going to go over that right now. So I'll go over the number frequency first. So I saw 444 twice, 111, 711, and 555. I saw the doves. I see the doves every single day. The doves are I believe I see them every single day because it's just a reminder that I'm a messenger on this journey, but it represents communication, harmony, peace, love, mothering. All good things come with the doves. I've been seeing the hawks a lot lately, and I primarily think it's a reminder as well of protection. I feel like these hawks are protecting me and for whatever reason. But what I also resonate with the hawks is they're protecting the connection. So your connection is divinely protected. And also, hawks mate for life. They represent eternal life, eternal love, past lives, highly intuitive, spiritual knowledge, wisdom. So that's what I resonate with the hawks. And then yesterday I saw three crows. The significance of three crows represents marriage. So again, very, very good. I love it. I love it so much. Um, so there's a few things that has been going on in the last 24 hours. There's been a little bit of anxiety and there's been a little bit of anger, and that primarily has to do with the ego. And what I've been brought to realize in the last 24 hours is, well, we all know what Mercury retrograde is, but if you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, it happens several times throughout the year, and it's the movement of going backwards. And in the last week, well, I primarily think that for many people that are on this journey, the ego is being tested, and that's Mercury retrograde. So old things are resurfacing, stuff is resurfacing, and your ego in the last week has really, really, really been tested. So always come from a place of the heart. Let that ego die. But there has been some serious tests with the ego, and it's part of the journey. As soon as you think your ego has died, something comes and resurrects that ego. It's difficult to bury it. It really, really is. And tests come in to see if your ego will resurrect, and come to a place, of pure ego or a pure heart of unconditional love. But I feel that many have been tested in the last week, and again, come from a place of the heart. Always, always come from a place of the heart. And if this resonates, great. If it doesn't, pack it away. Not every message that I have is going to resonate with you 100% completely. But some of you have had some real tests in the last week with your ego. Um, there's been some crying, and I always say that crying is therapeutic. It's healing. When you come into each other, you come to for a few things to open up your heart, and your heart is vulnerable, very raw, very pure. When your twin comes in, they open up your heart, and you're vulnerable. And crying, it's all about healing that heart and getting to a higher sense of yourself. That's why you come in, you awaken each other, you heal the heart. And that brings me on to the next thing. So, some of you, not all, again, what resonates, resonates. What is great is great. You've had some problem with your ears. There's been itchiness. You could have scabs. You could have ear infections. But some of you have had problems with your ears. And if you have problems with your ears, the message is be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you trust. This is a vulnerable journey because when you meet your twin, you open up that heart and you become vulnerable. And sometimes, you don't always have the answers and you have many, many questions and you're confused as to this love. But one of the most important messages I received when I was meditating in the bath this morning, and I always get some pretty profound messages when I'm meditating, it says, don't listen to others. Look to your heart for the truth. It is there. The answers reside. So always look to your heart for the truth. Again, these are messages that are messages that, are delivered to me, and I believe they're messages I need to deliver you. Love conquers all is one of them. There's so many things I have to, I should highlight this stuff because there's so many. Yeah, I went over Mercury retrograde, past life. Some of you may have some problems with your throat, a communication. One of the most important things that came to me was there's action coming. And again, I can't speak as to who the action is coming to, but there's absolutely action coming in this connection. And it's just a one word that came to me is action. A few songs that I heard this morning when I was channeling Scorpions, No One Like You. All of these songs can be found in my playlist. Boston, More Than a Feeling, and Chicago, You're the Inspiration. So again, these will all be in a playlist if you want to listen to them. The one song that I have not heard, I was listening to some retro channel this morning when I got into my car to get a coffee, and this Chicago came on, and I'm like, oh, I like Chicago. So then I went to Chicago, and I was listening to this song. I really love this song. It's a great, great song. It kind of speaks to the journey, and I love it so much. And I think that's all I have there. Just want to make sure I have everything. Yeah, so again, very important message. Don't listen to others. Look to your heart for the truth. It's there where the answers reside. Always look to your heart. Sometimes, you want to have your voice of reason is your brain, but your voice of love is from the heart. So always follow your heart. And lastly, a couple of things, crazy things. Like I said, I don't look for this shit. The shit that just happens. So my phone was charging this morning, and I'm like, you know what? I'll go vacuum. And when I moved the table to vacuum underneath the table, I found this dime. And a dime represents, there's 3 here, so this makes number 4. A dime represents if someone's passed over to the other side, that they're thinking of you and that they're safe and they're always with you. But this was crazy. I found this feather. And again, it was underneath the table when I moved the table. And I'm like, this is just nuts, this stuff. I don't look for this stuff. It was under the table. And I'm moving the table to vacuum. And a white feather is so profound. Finding a white feather is a symbol that your angels are near. A white feather is the most common of all signs sent from the angels of heaven. Faith and protection, connection to spiritual realms and divine, and this is primarily because the connection to birds. They have always been a symbol of flight and freedom. You are supported and protected by angels, represent purity, the light, and that you are loved, guided, and protected, getting the divine help you have asked for, and that any of your loved ones that have departed are safe and well. And that's one thing I put in there as well. This connection is divinely protected. And just to keep the faith. So again, I'm going to get started here. The cards always resonate with my journal. I use 4 cards, 4 being my birth number. I'm going to call out to my guardian angels, which evidently are here today. And if the messages don't come out, I will embellish. One card that won't come out is the purity. So both twins are pure. Your purity, you have this purity. Sorry, too many. Call out to my guardian angels for 4 cards, please. Yeah. Okay, so this is what's kind of going on collectively with this particular collective group. And again, I laugh because these cards always resonate with my journal. It's absolutely crazy. But clearing karma, there's been a lot. This journey is exactly about that. It's about clearing karma. Clearing karma is not perpetuating the same family cycles. You have a tough job to do. You have karma to clear, but you always have to do it with a pure, loving heart. And there's so many things that, it entails. And the big message for today is look to your heart for the wisdom and the answers. And you will get the answers. If you have questions, always go to the place of your heart. And you will get the knowledge and you will get the wisdom. It's, just, it will come. It will absolutely come when it is meant to come. I can't believe this card. I can't believe this card. I absolutely put this in my journal. Fear. So this particular connection resides around fear. And the reason why it resides around fear, first and foremost, you come to each other and you open each other's heart up. And you're vulnerable. And it's extremely confusing and you can't understand why this love. And naturally with that, there's fear. You want to protect, yourself primarily. And when both of you come into each other, you go into soul shock. You look at each other and you have this instant recognition, the soul recognition, many of you do, and it's scary. And you fear the connection. And one twin will run from fear. And they run primarily because they're not ready, they don't understand, and they need to heal themselves. They don't do it out of malicious intent. They don't do it to hurt the other twin. They do it because they're not ready. And they need to heal. They need to go off and they need to heal. Because the intensity and the vulnerability is far too much. And they're just running essentially from themselves. So there's fear. There's fear of letting go. So as you endeavor the journey, you're so frightened to let go of the connection. There's so much fear here. But one thing I will say is that, for you divine feminines, the divine masculines run because of that intensity, that vulnerability, and they're just not ready. And if you're truthful to yourself, and if you're truthful to your heart, were you truly ready as well? Because you come into each other to heal each other's heart, awaken to, your higher senses, have, a better understanding of, your surroundings. You view the world differently. You come into each other to heal that heart. So when you come into each other, you open up the heart. The heart's vulnerable. One will not be able to take it. That is the evolution of the journey. And if that is what's happening, then it's absolutely your journey. When you come back to each other, if that's what your destiny is, you are both healed and you will come from a loving place always. I love it. I love it so much. Truth, a couple of things. That's exactly what I just said. If you're looking for the truth, go to your heart for the answers. Nobody can tell you if this is your journey. The only person that can tell you is you. The truth comes within your heart. And when you need those answers, they will come. But for many of you, that truth is coming. And for many others, the truth is coming from your divine masculine. If you're truly on this journey, you're connected. You're spiritually and soully connected. So the physical separation is only that. It's a physical separation. But you're always connected. But the truth will come to you if you seek it from the heart and not from your ego. And I love it. I love it so much. And some of you have been struggling, as I said. There's been some anger. There's been some anxiety. Thinking that, is this just me? Is this just me? This is a journey. It's a journey of, your will, your faith, and your sanity. Believe it or not. And sometimes you get to a place where you think it's just one-sided. The truth, as I said, comes within your heart. Follow your heart. Trust your heart. It's there. This one-sidedness is just a natural evolution of the journey as well. And that's a test of your will. That's a test of your ego. And you just have to let that ego die and always come from a place of your pure heart. I love it. I love it so much. Powerful messages, very powerful messages. Oh yeah, one message I'm getting it right now, is pay attention, especially when you're driving. Don't know why I'm getting that message. There's a saying that I read. Honk if you love, well, it says Jesus, but the divine. Text and drive if you want to meet them. So please pay attention. So this is, again, collective message. Sorry, folks. Again, unconditional love. This card keeps coming out. It's a reminder. Some of you are not receiving the message. Again, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, pack it away. Kindly don't leave messages on the wall that it doesn't resonate. As I said, it's not always going to resonate with you. These messages are for thousands among thousands of people. And you take what resonates and pack away what doesn't. But unconditional love. There's been a lot of unconditional love mirroring back and forth between the twins right now. And, it's great. And unconditional love, once you get to that place, it's called the fifth dimension. We live in the third dimension. Once you get to unconditional love, and it's pure, pure unconditional love, you get to a higher dimension. And that is the fifth dimension. And the fifth dimension is where you can speak telepathically to one another. You can feel each other's heartbeats. You can feel so many, many things. But you always have to be at a place of unconditional love. Another reminder here, your ego is being tested big time. Go in with unconditional love. Because that is your biggest test throughout this journey, is that ego. And I just published a video about ego versus soul. Go through it. See if you're in a place of ego or if you're in a place of soul. It'll help you. But you always have to get to a place of unconditional love. As I said, there's been some anger, there's been some anxiety, denial. Part of the journey. You go, you get all this momentum, you move forward, and then you say, no, this isn't it. This person isn't the one. I'm insane. This is just not happening. No, this is a fabrication in my head. That's your denial. That's your ego. Let it go. Go, like I said, follow that heart. The answers will always come if you come from a place of the heart. And I love it. I love it so much. And another thing, I don't know. I was watching, I don't generally watch media, but at work they have this channel on called CP24, and J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, sure you all know who she is, right? Beautiful woman. She had mentioned that she was getting married, and that I can't recall the gentleman's name, sorry, but she referred to him as her twin soul. So it actually exists. It was crazy that I heard that on actual mainstream media from someone, as beautiful as J-Lo. So I love it so much. Trust your heart. Divine masculine. This card is a tough card sometimes, but divine feminine, this message is for you. It kind of resonates with the denial, the ego. This is your divine masculine. Trust you. Something brought you here. Something brought you to this channel. Something brought you to research this. Something within yourself, with this love, this profound, raw, vulnerable love, which is very questionable at times. Roller coaster ride of emotions. You're neurotic sometimes. What is this? What is this craziness? But this is, if you have your questions, for some of you that have your questions out there, your divine masculine. Again, just a messenger here. Daydreaming. I love it. I love it so much. Exactly the message I was saying. Love conquers all. The two twins you're daydreaming simultaneously about each other. You're daydreaming about the laughter, the love, the intimacy. You're daydreaming of the life that you're going to have together. Walks on the beach, cooking dinner together. You're daydreaming of that perfect love, and it's amazing, and I love it so much. All good messages. Remember that feather. Such a good thing. You're being protected. This connection is protected. And so I'm going to do 4 cards right now of what the overall energy is as of now. It's been some pretty tough messages. but we're hit pretty nice ones too. We live in the now, we don't live in the past, we don't live in the future. I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for 4 cards, please. It's crazy. I can't. Oh my goodness. Unreal. Okay, I cannot. Like, this stuff can't be cheated. I don't want to cheat it anyway. It just, like, I swear I do this out of my own entertainment because I can't believe this stuff comes out the way it comes out. There's so many cards there. So, again, many of you are going through this. Kundalini activation, it's absolutely part of the journey. Many of you are up right there, the throat chakra, and many up here at the third eye. So you're ascending to the higher sense of yourself. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I love it so much. And this is exactly what this is about. As you go through that Kundalini activation, you're clearing the chakras, which at the same time you're clearing karma, if that makes any sense. So as you evolve up, the knowledge and the wisdom comes to you as you clear each chakra. You know what karma that you need to clear. It's a natural progression. The answers come. I'm here as a guide. I'm here to give you some clarification. I'm here to give you messages. But once you evolve, this stuff comes to you. It absolutely does, and I love it so much. And because I said, like, the ears, that's third eye, you know, and the throat. There's been something with the throat. Again, that is the throat chakra. And throat chakra is primarily communication, and I said there's action coming. So perhaps that could be the communication that's coming. That's the action. And I love it. I love it so much. Exactly what I said. Mirroring. 2 things here. Many of the twins are mirroring this unconditional love, and that heart chakra is just wide open. And you're mirroring each other at the exact same time, at the exact same frequency. And when that happens, when you're in that state of unconditional love at the same time, your heart goes into like heart spasms, or that's the only thing the best way I can describe it at this moment. Virtually a lot of this is undescribable in words. Words don't even do it justice. But your hearts are beating at the same tone, at the same beat of the drum or whatever. And you have this flutterness. And that's you, twins, loving each other at the same time, at the same frequency, the same energy. And I love it. I love it so much. Mirroring, be careful what you mirror. You know, mirror, you could be mirroring some anxiety, and that could be your ego, right? And it may not even necessarily have to do with your twin, but there's been some serious tests. But that anxiety and that stress, that energy passes over to the twin. So always try and come from a loving heart. I know it's hard. That ego, man, that ego, especially when people come in and test that ego always wants to fight. But just come from a place of pure love. And lastly, when the 2 of you embark on this journey, it's almost like you're looking in the mirror. You both have very similar stories. You have very similar interests. You have similar lives. You know, it's like you're looking at each other in the mirror. And I love it. I love it so much. I cannot, this stuff can't be cheated, man. Yeah, angel. The DM views you as an angel. The DF views the DM as an angel. You both came into each other's lives at the perfect moment to wake each other up, to show each other what pure, true, vulnerable love looks like. And you have gratitude in your heart, and you have gratitude to the divine every single day for this angel coming into your life. Because essentially that's what they are. You know, you've seen a love that you've never seen before. You've healed your heart. You've healed past wounds. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I love it, and I love it so much. Exactly what I said, unconditional love and telepathic communication. There's a lot of I don't know, I can't say this word right now. Telepathy, thank you, going on right now between the twins. And, it's real. This is real. So, I'm like the most logical, fact-based person in the world. You know, Geminis, that's what they are. Like they have to have facts for everything. And, you know, I, I, I've learned to accept certain things in life now, that there isn't always answers, and you're not always going to find, you know, scientific evidence or scientific facts on, you know, the dynamic of the world that we live in. Just trust your heart. That's, you know, that's the message for today. Trust your heart. And again, those feather and the dime, and I guess those are, you know, those are very, very significant signs, you know, just that it's true. I don't look for this stuff, you know. I was moving a table to vacuum, and that was underneath the table. So I'm going to give you 4 messages right now, as of now, February 29th. What is it now? Almost 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. But now is when you watch it, right? Okay. For 4 messages, please. If the divine masculine could say anything to the divine feminine, what would they say? Strictly energy. That's all this is. You know, once you get, you know, to that bliss, that harmony, that balance, you have a healthy balance of both energies. And it just depends. Like, I'm a Gemini, and what I learned is I'm predominantly masculine, which I just learned last week. This stuff comes to me when it's meant to come, I guess. But oh, I love it. So nice. Okay, exactly what I said. I can't. I love it. Can't be cheated. One card, please. Whoa. Those ones just flew over there. One card. Thank you. Why does this keep coming out? Now it's coming out. Okay, I don't know. Because it's going on, I guess. I have the desire to see the world with you. Exactly. Love conquers all. This divine masculine wants to, has a desire to see the world with you. You know, if and when, and again, what's meant to be will be. I can't tell anybody what the outcome of your journey is. I can only guide you there. But this particular divine masculine has a desire to see the world with you and conquer the world. And love conquers all. You know, and I love it. I love it so much. You scare the shit out of me. Fear. Fear card. The fear card came out. This card came out. You scared the living shit out of the DM. Right? They didn't know. You know, masculine energy has a lot of pride. And, you know, when they're left vulnerable, it's just, it is what it is. You know, they never meant to do anything to the divine feminine, right? Not at all. That's not what this is about. It's about healing the heart. And they just weren't ready at that moment. But there's action coming, communication, and for all of you that are evolving, going through that activation, going through that ascension, the outcome will be what it is meant to be. And I love it. I love it so much, but they were scared. Trust in the infinite possibilities, exactly that. The universe is infinite. You know, trust in the infinite possibilities is exactly what it says. I don't know what happened to that feather, but it just flew away, I guess. But just trust. That feather came for a reason. You know, again, I'm a messenger here. The angels are protecting you. Trust. Have faith. Always go to your heart. Push out that ego. That's your reasoning in your brain. Push it out. Just trust in the infinite possibilities. And I don't know why this keeps coming out. It was coming out in the other cards. Now it's coming on this one. Oh my God, I can't stop spying on you. It makes me laugh only because it's cute. It's no malicious intent. You're curious about each other. Each twin is meant to heal, and you're separated for a reason. Physical separation. It's only physical separation. If you're truly together, it's an internal bond that cannot be broken. You're always together, but you spy because you're curious. you know, and because you love each other and you want to know what each other is doing. You know, you always have that eternal bond within, that spiritual bond, that soul bond that can't be broken. But then there's this 3D. You know, you got your 5D and you got your 3D. And you're just curious. So you spy on each other. And if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't put messages on the wall saying, well, I'm not spying. Well, then just put it in your pocket and pack it away. So I'm going to do animal spirit. These cards are hard to work with. So if one card falls out, I'll take it. If one flips face up, I'll take it. I'm going to call it to my guardian angels, which evidently are very close by. For divine feminine. Armadillo. Okay. I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for divine masculine, please. Love it so much. Okie dokie. So we have it's a weird looking armadillo, but anyways, set healthy boundaries. I love this. I love it so much. It's number 3. If 3 means anything to you, I meant to say something, but again, the messages always come out. Learn to set healthy boundaries is the gift of Armadillo Spirit. You are entering a phase where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that may have been okay for you in the past. This also means that you need to learn where you end and where others begin. What is yours to own and what is yours not to own. Know your limits and understand that this is an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Armadillo Spirit is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Be clear on what you are agreeing to. Declare what your needs are and say no as a full sentence. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as to yourself. Trust your body signals and you will know what to do. Armadillo Spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. And the reason why I love this card so much is because I feel many of you, your ego's being tested, and you have to do what's good for you and set healthy boundaries and stand in your power. Second of all, it's clearing karma. Saying no. Saying no to things that no longer serve you. But do it in a healthy way. And I love it. I love it so much. I love this card as well. Wolf Spirit. There we go. And it says, turn knowledge into wisdom. Number 67. 6 and 7 is 13. Yeah, it is, right? Yeah, okay. It's pretty pathetic. I can't even. All right. So 67. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Wolf Spirit leads you to deep into the enchanted forest that holds the secrets to your life. Can you sense her beckoning you to follow, asking you to take all that you've learned and all of your learning and make it yours? Can you integrate it into your body, mind, and spirit? Whatever lessons you learned along the way, do not leave them unexamined. Be loyal to your dreams, to your soul, and to turning knowledge into wisdom and experience into magic. You are the one you have been waiting for. Be still and know that the sound of your heart beats in harmony with the whole world. The appearance of Wolf Spirit is an auspicious omen that says you are truly in alignment with your destiny. I love it. I love it so much. Again, that feather, getting, the divine help you've asked for, and, you're truly in alignment with your destiny. And I love it. I love it so much. So I'm going to do one last message, the love message, for you to take on your day, your evening, your morning, wherever you are. I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for one card, please. Thank you. I can't. I can already read it. Front, back, and it says, We are eternally blessed by a profound love, by a sacred union with a great source of light, whose love moves the earth and the stars. That's exactly it. You come in, you open each other up, and that, you heal the heart, you heal the darkness, and the light radiates within. And I love it. I love it so much. So again, thank you so much for the love, the likes, the subs. If you're new to this channel, kindly like and sub for more videos to come. Have a great day, folks.